This is the story of Suzy. This story is about Suzy, a confused spring onion. Suzy was forever being told how perfect she was in every way. Her complexion was as white as the white anemones that you see in the woods. She was petite, yet strong, and her roots were well established. There had been thoughts of entering her into the village flower show vegetable section, but that wouldn't have done her justice, and in no way did she want to be judged by Mrs. Astor, who had a well-deserved reputation for being biased. She had once awarded a prize for her son's beetroot, which looked like a cannonball, weighed as much, and was yellow. The committee held an inquiry, but for some reason found no fault. She kept her judicial role on a majority vote, which was a relief to her, but a great disappointment to the other entrants. Suzy was pleased not to be on display in that boiling hot marquee, and was much happier staying at home together with Pete the tomato, Cy the cucumber, and Letty the lettuce. Suzy had been brought up to be sensitive, but not too emotional about things. However, sometimes she really did worry. Her biggest worry was why so many people burst into floods of tears whenever they looked at her. Given how pretty she was and the way she dressed, this came as a great shock. Were they tears of joy or sadness? Or maybe something else? The only way to find out was to ask her best friend Letty, and so she did. Letty had often helped sort out Suzy's problems and gave such good advice. Letty knew a lot about tears because she had previously lived in the vegetable garden where there were slugs and snails that were forever trying to get at her. But even she had trouble finding the answer to Suzy's worry. So she thought it best to have a quick chat with Pete and Cy, who had also experienced tearful times, mostly when the weevils had had a go. So there had to be something, just one thing, that was wrong about Suzy. And suddenly it came to them. It had to be the perfume she was using. They advised her to use a different make and recommended Sweet Pea, which they'd heard was very gentle and smelt of roses. The next day she dabbed droplets of Sweet Pea onto her cheeks and waited for someone to approach her. A lovely lady came into the kitchen and did just that. Suzy waited anxiously to see her reaction. With complete relief, the lady smiled, and not a tear was to be seen. Suzy now uses Sweet Pea every day.